Trump yesterday at the Economic Forum, and I think it was in Detroit. I mean, I kind of lost it sometimes. I don't think he's all there anymore. I think he's like clearly losing it.
Do you think Kamala Harris is all there?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Sorry, he's a 78-year-old senile man. I don't
think he's senile.
Oh, he's 100% senile.
You can go on and get some merch today. It's POTUS 30. Get 30% off the entire store. The shirt that I'm wearing right now is our victory shirt. We also have another victory shirt like this, which is our best seller, and then this is our second best fan favorite. We got Make America Great Again. We got a little scoreboard shirt, and we also got Not Tired of Winning, which is pretty significant. And this comes in different colors. This one comes in black and in red. We got some other fan favorites. The Trump Vance one is people love that one. And let's go to T-Force. My new product, Synergy, is the company that I founded like 3 years ago, and hundreds of thousands of dollars of money put into this company. We finally got some stuff rolling. We got our T-Force that's coming, I think in about 10 days, we'll have T-Force stocked and ready to go. And we'll have our Synergy drink is coming soon as well. It's a day and a night drink, healthy, natural, the best ingredients we could find, the best product on the market. It's a day drink and a night drink. So you got the day drink for energy, night for sleep. It's total energy. Nobody's doing this but us, and we got you covered. I'm so excited about this because this is 3 years in the making. It's been stressful, but thank God it's come to fruition. But if you want it, get your name on the email list, and as soon as the product is in stock, it's going to notify you and send you a message. And we can send this thing out within 24 hours because we have the bottles ready to go. We're not making it, nothing. It's going to be ready to go. We're going to put it in the box. We're going to send it to you. So just be prepared for that. Did anybody disagree?
I disagree with
you. If you disagree, anybody disagree, I want to talk to you first. Because I talk to people that agree with me all the time. Anything.
Anything? Hey, what's going on? I'm Noble. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We can talk about anything, right? We can ask any sort of question?
Anything, man.
Gotcha, appreciate it.
I may not know everything, but you can
I don't know
ask
everything
me.
either,
Right.
you know?
Good.
Okay. I would love to talk about economics for a little bit, if you don't mind. Okay, so I'm an econ major at Rutgers. We got a lot of econ majors here. And there's been a lot of talk about the different economic plans between Trump and Harris. Now, personally, I'm not gonna lie, I think Republicans are pretty emotional about this kind of stuff. I don't think that they use the kind of logic and reasoning that I want making economic policy. You know, when we talk about the success and the plans of the last 4 years, we talk about a relatively very low unemployment rate. You know, inflation was bad for the first couple of years, but Biden's people at the Fed were able to get it under control, and now our inflation is better than any other major economy in the world. We've got a really strong prime age employment rate. It's been like the highest in 2 decades that we have. We got really tight labor markets. They're driving up wages faster than they're driving up inflation. And when I look at the platforms between Harris and Trump, you know, I'm not a big lefty or anything. I think that there are a lot of like reasonable deregulatory policies that we should institute. And so when I look at Harris's plans to take down burdensome regulations on businesses and housing so that we build stuff again to increase the manufacturing stuff, I really like that. When I see Trump's plan to increase taxes so that, you know, we're paying more money for all sorts of goods and services.
You saying increase, you saying tariffs?
Yeah, tariffs, absolutely. The stuff that's going to drive, I mean, like yesterday he was saying that we're going to drive them up 100% or something like that. Like, maybe, you know, some really wealthy families that don't rely on stuff at the grocery store all the time are going to be fine, and that's good for them and everything. But, you know, me and my friend, we're cheap college students, man. We're trying to get eggs and stuff. So I was wondering what your thoughts are on all that.
Okay, so you gave a economic analysis of Harris's proposal and what you believe they've done. What is your economic analysis of Donald Trump's first 3 years?
Oh, I think that it's entirely not at all. I mean, not really.
Are you going to be fair?
All right, here's what I'll say was good. The corporate tax cuts were good. I like the corporate tax cuts that he did. Ballooned our deficit, made us have to pay for it in a few decades when the...
but you think it was good?
I think it was good for short-term growth.
Lowest inflation.
Lowest inflation.
Wages were up.
Wages were up.
They were far lower than what the administration is doing now, right? You got to give a fair economic perspective.
I get what?
The stock market was up. The lowest unemployment rate.
Right. But we agreed that the stock market
historically
today, right?
Huh?
Like the stock market today just hit 43,000.
Yeah,
which
but
is higher than anything other than that.
It's over time. In
Right,
Trump's administration, wages were up, inflation was down.
Inflation.
Cost of goods were low. People felt better. In this economy, you can say wages are up, but you have inflation that outpaced wages, which you know of for the first 3 years. You could say now it's getting better.
I could say for the first 2 years, and then I could say for the first 2 years after that, wages rose faster, and I'll add they rose fastest for the poorest people.
And groceries.
The reason that things didn't go out as everything is in the averages is that poor families had their wages increase faster than wealthy families.
I don't think you're being fair about this, because grocery prices and things that you pay for probably on a day-to-day basis are skyrocketing. That's why you can look at this and see Donald Trump is surging in the polls. Because the people can feel he's surging in the polls. I almost want to bet you today.
I'd love to show you that.
But the thing is that people here, if your economic perspective was correct, then Donald Trump wouldn't have a chance in this election. I'm gonna tell you, he would be polling at 20%. Let me tell you why. The man has been indicted I don't know how many times.
42.
He's like a mob boss.
Yeah, 42.
Right? Allegedly, he's racist. And he's
Allegedly.
Hitler. And he's going to destroy democracy and all this stuff that the left say.
Well, J.D. Vance said that too,
That man should – but he digressed, didn't he? He changed his belief system because he said he was wrong about what he said, okay? So then you look at all of that and you say the economic plan of the last 4 years for the American people have been good. Why in the world is Kamala Harris, and even when Biden was running, not leaps and bounds above Donald Trump? Because it's absolutely not true. People are not feeling the lies and the propaganda that the Kamala administration is putting out there. They can say what they gonna do every day of the week, and they ain't done nothing. Well, if they'd have done it, they'd have done it in 4 years.
Well, we could talk about what they've actually done.
They're not gonna do anything. That's why people are not voting for them. That's why people are disgruntled. That's why a felon and a indicted dictator that they call him is literally surging in the polls.
Do you mind if I respond to a few of those things?
Go ahead.
Okay. So when you say, what do I judge what Harris has done over the past 4 years to think what she's going to do stuff in the future?
Hold on. Let's get on the same page real quick. I want you to, I think it's important. Now, do you believe that Harris had an impact in this administration?
Oh, 100%.
How much of an impact?
Well, she was the tie-breaking vote in a million things of legislation that made my life better.
So everything good, bad, and indifferent that happened, she's responsible for.
I think she's responsible for the good and the bad and everything in between.
Okay, go ahead.
So, for example, when Trump promised manufacturing is going to boom and then manufacturing employment declined under his administration, Biden and Harris said—
What year did you see a decline?
Between 2017 and 2020, manufacturing declined. Even between 2017 and 2019, excuse me, manufacturing employment didn't increase that much. But in 2021, when Biden says, Trump's all talk, no substance, he said infrastructure week every single week. Now we're going to pass a $1.4 trillion infrastructure bill to improve manufacturing. That got done. When Biden and Harris say we're going to pass a CHIPS Act, when Manchin basically lies to McConnell and say, yeah, we passed this and we won't pass another thing. And then Harris cast the tie-breaking vote to put CHIPS money to improve American manufacturing, mostly in red states. That's something that makes me think, when she promises that we're going to build 3 million new homes. I'm a young guy. We're all young guys. We want to own homes someday. It's really hard right now. Look.
So look, it's the difference between things happening in real life and the perspective of things happening and lies that they tell you that they're never going to fulfill.
Well, that's why I say,
if they were building manufacturing jobs in red states like you say, then they would have a lot of the red vote, and they don't.
Well, that's why
people are not voting for them because it's not.
This.
No, it's not
because they're not using logic and reasoning.
I don't believe.
I can show you all the stats that you want. That's the problem. That's the barrier with this right now. You ask why is Trump polling so strong, even though the economy is not as great as you think it is. Inflation's one of them. But we vote for lots of different issues. But I want to be logical about how my finances are going to be in the future and the finances.
What do you think about? What do you think about her saying she's going to give $25,000 to first-time home buyer?
I don't think that's a great policy, honestly.
Why?
I think that's just more demand pumping. It's the kind of thing, it's the kind of populist rhetoric that Trump would use.
Well, don't say Trump. Let's talk about her because she said it, not him.
Absolutely. I don't love that.
Why would she say that?
She says that because it's popular policy. Like when Trump says he's going to increase tariffs, even though that'll make my goods more expensive.
Not really, because the tariffs that Trump put into place in his administration, Biden them held over the same tariffs. They have his tariffs in place right now.
Those are bad.
They kept them in place because they're good.
I hate when Biden keeps Trump policy. That's awful.
No, because the positive economic impact that you're claiming happened, in part is because the tariffs that Donald Trump put into place, that they kept in place. If they felt the tariffs were bad and it was horrible and it's going to raise costs on everything, they would have eliminated the tariffs immediately. They kept them because they worked.
They kept them because it's popular, because people think that tariffs don't impact their lives. Look, What do you think the point of a tariff is? It's to increase prices.
But what did Trump say about the tariffs? What does he say is going to be the economic impact when he imposed tariffs on some of these other goods coming into the country?
He does like he does with every other policy. He lies and he says
that's not a lie, brother. That's not a lie. When you impose tariffs, like he gave an example of John Deere, they're going to go out of the country to build some of their manufacturing facilities, and then they're going to sell the stuff into America.
Right.
So a president says, well, I'm going to tax it out of you if you do that. So it's going to actually cost you more to build a facility out of the country, then import. And then you might as well build it here.
And then what happened after that?
They're going to build it here in America.
Steel prices increased, and so manufacturing costs increased, which led to decreases in unemployment in places like Missouri, in places like Illinois, in places like Michigan, in places like Wisconsin, which is why Wisconsin and Michigan flipped back to Biden.
I think it's a lot of stuff went on in the last one. But
we stole it.
I think it was cheating.
Be real, did I steal that election?
I don't know. Did you vote in the election?
I'm trying to steal this one too, if you don't mind.
Did you vote in it?
I was too young at the time.
Well, so you didn't steal it, all right?
Okay, but
the person who did vote stole it.
Last time, I'm casting 2 ballots this time to make sure the one I couldn't cast.
Let me just say this. Everybody here, Donald Trump, in my opinion, was cheated out of the 2020 election.
That's the emotional part, though.
That's not emotional. Let's look at the facts. No president in United States history ever won all but one Bellwether County and didn't get elected. No president in United States history won the swing states that Trump won and didn't get elected. No president in history got that many more votes in his incumbent term than any president in history. No president has gotten that many votes and didn't win.
How many votes did he get?
No, we have never, in the history of this country, stopped counting votes at midnight and resume them the next day. We have never done that in the United States history.
Look, if you want to, if the economic discussion's a little difficult, we can move on to some other stuff. But I'm trying to evaluate this.
I just disagree with you on some of your premise. You can have your opinions on the economics. I just disagree with you, and I think that what you're saying, maybe you're wishfully thinking. They're pushing policies like unrealized gains, taxing unrealized gains. What's your opinion on that?
I don't think that's a good policy.
It's not. What is it going to do to the country?
I don't think it's going to do much of anything. That's why I don't care.
It's going to destroy the economy. It's going to destroy investments.
That's not going to destroy the economy. That's not why Moody's says that Harris's plan is better than Trump's. That's not why.
Moody, they can say what they want to say.
McKinsey says Harris's plan is better than Trump. That's not what Goldman Sachs says Harris's plan is better than Trump's.
You're a future economist, right?
I would hope.
What is that going to do to America if they tax unrealized gains?
I think it's going to marginally increase revenues. It's going to slightly decrease investment, and I don't think it's going to be a
slightly decrease.
And I don't think it's going. I think it's going to be a drop in the bucket compared to the tariffs that are going to increase my grocery prices, your grocery prices, maybe not yours, your grocery prices.
Why not mine?
Huh? I don't know how much money.
Reparations? Because I'm gonna get reparations. Is that why? No. So anyway, I think we agree to disagree on the economic policy.
Okay.
I think that the proof is in the pudding. The reason why Donald Trump is polling so high, the reason why people want to vote for him is because when Donald Trump was in office, they felt the economy growing. They felt their 401k doing better. They felt that groceries were low. They felt that their wages were increasing at rates that were greater than inflation. And then now they see an economic decline in the everyday person's pocket. And then you got people on the campaign trail saying lunacy, $25,000 for you to get your first home. That's crazy. You know how much more houses are going to cost? They're just going to raise about $25,000. If you say we're going to tax unrealized gains, which is insane, that's the craziest thing on planet Earth. Just imagine I have money in a company, and then let's say 2024, 2025, I saw $100,000 growth in the company. I got to pay taxes on that growth, and then 3 years from now it drops, plummets. I lose all my money, but I paid taxes when I grew, and I didn't get anything back when I lost. Well, everybody's going to go out of business. People are not going to invest in the stock market. The stock market will crash. Okay, now let's move on. They're gonna increase capital gains tax. We're going to end up not being competitive. People are going to invest in other countries. They're not going to invest here. That's why foreign people come to America and invest in the American stock exchange, because we have great return investment policies.
And because we create policies that incentivize that investment, like the CHIPS Act that Harris cast the tie-breaking vote for that caused a Taiwanese company to invest $30 billion into chips manufacturing in Arizona. For the statistics came out yesterday, like $28 billion in the Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas area. I mean, look, so everything you're saying is making sense. I understand why Trump's doing well, because people feel like things aren't great.
No, because they actually were better.
Because facts don't care about your feelings like that.
That's why people are voting this way.
No, because people vote.
Because the facts are showing that Donald Trump was better economically.
I know, because I can show the facts. I can say 4.1% unemployment. I can say we had a great inflation rate last jobs report. Sorry, I didn't hear what they
sorry,
were
I
saying.
didn't hear that.
It's all good. And also, like,
But
you
I
were
can
talking
say-
about lunacy on the campaign trail. Like, Trump yesterday at the Economic Forum, and I think it was in Detroit. I mean, I kind of lost it sometimes. I don't think he's all there anymore. I think he's, like, clearly losing
Do you
it.
think Kamala Harris is all there?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Sorry, he's a 78-year-old senile man. I don't
I don't think he's senile.
Oh, he's 100% senile. Anyway.
That man goes to rallies. He's in, like, 5 rallies
and
a
then
week.
he does a little dance, and then he doesn't really answer any
And
questions.
people, he don't answer questions. He's on TV every day. He been in interviews. And go do this right now. I want everybody to do this. Go look at all the podcasts that Donald Trump has gone on. Watch them. Look at the feedback. Go look at the podcast that Kamala Harris has gone on and watch them and look at the feedback.
Can I even recommend
She is
the
the
clip for
most unpopular person I've ever seen in my life.
Do you mind if I recommend the Trump clip that we can watch?
What clip?
So when he was at the Detroit Economic Club and he's asked about why he would propose increasing tariffs by 100, 200, I think he said 2,000%. And
I
then
saw that clip.
Yeah, and then he talks about Virginia voter rules for some reason because he can't keep a thought together in his head for whatever reason. I don't think that's a good example of him keeping it all together. I think it's a good example of him being unable to explain how his economic policy is going to help me.
I'm going to finish it with this.
Okay.
You have your critiques about Donald Trump. What about Joe Biden? Is Joe Biden an old senile man?
Yes, and that's why it's good that we got rid of him.
No, but he's still the president right now.
Sure.
Is that okay?
I think it's okay because he can be the president or he can campaign, but he can't do both. Like Trump. Trump can be the president or he can campaign.
Is the man there or not?
He can do one or the other. He can't do both, and that's why we got rid of him.
So let's look at it like this. Who's worse,
Reason.
Trump or Biden, as far as
100%.
cognitive decline?
Oh, Trump is 100% worse. 100%.
You watched the debate?
I did watch the debate, yeah.
No, did you see the? Maybe you
see
were
the debate.
looking at it. Did you listen?
Dude, I watched both debates too, and then the second one he's talking about some dude named Abdul for some reason. And then he's talking. Oh yeah, 100%. He's
Abdul,
like,
but
yeah, I don't know.
Did you watch the first debate?
I watched the first debate, absolutely.
Do you think Biden did a good job in the first debate?
Not at all.
What was wrong with him in the debate?
He was tired and he's old and he's campaigning and being the president at the same time.
All right, I think that's good.
That's good enough?
I agree.
Yeah, I appreciate
I agree to disagree on some things. I'm gonna look up some of the policies that you said because some of the CHIP Act and all this stuff.
That's good. It's just good to not be emotional about that stuff, you know?
I'm not.
Okay.
But I think Trump is better for the economy.
All right. You have a good day.
Good.